I had a donut right now after dinner for like funnies,
Mm-hmm.
and now like, okay, maybe I have to like stand. Ooh. And now my tummy feel weird.
That sounds about right.
I just wanted a sweet
What'd
treat.
you eat for dinner?
Oh, just a single burger.
Just, I think I see the problem. Your
What?
arteries.
It was just a burger. I did have food
Where
this morning.
where's the burger from?
Oh no, we just made it here at the house.
Oh,
It was cooked. It's just my tummy was just feeling weird. It was feeling weird all
I
day.
think I for
Honestly.
some reason burgers and like sweets like ice cream are paired together, but they're not good for your stomach.
You know, I was actually having a conversation with some of my YouTuber friends the other day because we were recording, and we made a bit to ourselves, and we even did it on like this Jeopardy game show when my friends recorded, and it was all like, "Yeah, man, because we're eating glorp. Everything's glorp in America. We're eating glorp food."
I I don't even know
So,
if it's the glorp, but I just think that we've been gaslit into thinking that that's a reasonable combination when it's not. Like every burger establishment since the dawn of time has had burgers and milkshakes.
oh, hold on. I have to argue against it though. So we'll get a little bit. Hold on. Let's see if I zoom out if it likes me. Um, I had a milkshake and a burger, and I was fine eating Five Guys.
But like I think those are too heavy. Those two things together are too heavy.
Yeah, but my tummy didn't feel like this afterwards. Afterwards, I was like,
Well,
I'm full.
I
I
think a
shouldn't eat.
donut is significantly like it might be less, but I think it is still heavier in your stomach than a milkshake because it's the bread.
Oh, definitely.
The bread is
I wish the donut.
heavy.
I wish the maple bar bread was like 25% less than what it is,
I can
and
agree with
I'd be
that.
fine with it. I would be 100% fine with it.
More maple, less bar.
Agree. That would be my campaign slogan. Less maple,
More
less bar,
maple,
less
less
bar.
bar. Alex,
What?
2026.
Real.
Welcome to this week's episode. I'm your host. I'm Caleb.
So, let me do
That
this.
is co-host
Hello.
Alex. He's having chair issues. Were you ever gonna get
No,
yourself that new chair?
if it's in the budget, I
If
do.
it's in the budget.
It's fine. My chair works. I just have to like make a manual effort to sit up, and I'm fine.
Yeah. You also got other life stuff you gotta work around too. So
Yeah. It's going.
that,
Yeah. The
that's the
news
way it
is.
be.
I won't lie, bro. The news got me fucked up in my feels, bro. Like I was trying to record today, and I was just not
You
having
were
it. My
not
body was like,
feeling it.
I was just like, I don't want to do this.
I
And I'm
got
like,
I got
you
news.
better. I came here to be cheered up, bro. I need a good laugh, Caleb.
I
I've been low key depressed today.
it
Give me a
is
good
it
chuckle,
is worth
friend.
laughing. It is old news, but I finally got around to looking into it, which probably
Uh-huh.
shocks a lot of people, but
Mhm.
uh I'm a sane human being and employed. So of
Uh-huh.
course I didn't find out about this until about I think it's been almost 2 weeks since it was released.
So
But
it's just a fun factoid now.
it's not a fact because there's still stuff going on around it. I'm gonna stop beating
Mhm.
around the bush. We're talking about Sydney Sweeney's bathwater soap.
Oh, we're talking. Okay, I heard about this. I won't lie. If
This
you want to hear
isn't
my
breaking
opinion on
news.
this,
This is
no.
just silly news that has been buzzing around the internet.
I guess maybe we could make it the. Do you know there's like a whole controversy around this?
I've heard a
Or
little bit. I was gonna read the article because
okay,
at first, okay, here's what we're gonna go. Here's what
Go,
we got.
no, just go.
This
And
is
then
from
I can
USA
give it to
Today. Sydney Sweeney promotes her own bathwater in new soap collab. The internet has thoughts. Sydney Sweeney is doubling down on a popular soap partnership, but this time is using her own bathwater to promote it. The actress has again collaborated with Dr. Squatch to create a new soap that the company and actress say is infused with a touch of her bathwater. Last year, Sweeney appeared in a body wash advertisement for Dr. Squatch, a men's personal care company. The video went viral with more than 1.7 million likes on Instagram. In announcing the most recent soap collab, Sweeney referenced comments made on her 2024 Dr. Squatch post about buying the bathwater she was in. Quote, "When your fans start asking for your bathwater, you can either ignore it or turn it into a bar of Dr. Squatch soap," Sweeney said in a release. "It's weird in the best way, and I love that we created something that's not just unforgettable, it actually smells incredible and delivers like every other Dr. Squatch product I love."
I might have to try this. Because Dr. Squatch bars do work, but they fucking go out hella fast.
Yeah, that's why I started doing the liquid soap, the bottled soap. It lasts a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
But comments left on the actress's Instagram post included jokes, pushback, and some users who expressed support for the new product. Quote, "We need to look at ourselves in the mirror," reads one top comment. "Every day we stray further from God," another user said. Others joked about rushing to buy Sydney's Bathwater Bliss, which plays on an internet trend of content creators selling bathwater online. We'll skip
Only
ahead.
one person has done that, bro.
We'll skip ahead a little bit. John Ludecky, senior vice president of global marketing at Dr. Squatch, said in a release that the bar is bizarre, unexpected, and intended to get guys to think more deeply about the ingredients in the products they are putting on their bodies. Quote, "There's no playbook for turning Sydney Sweeney's actual bathwater into a bar of soap, but that's exactly why we did it," Ludecky said. So, the product Sydney's Bathwater Bliss will only be available for a limited time. Dr. Squatch said only 5,000 bars of the soap will be made. So I was baffled because I heard about the bar of soap and I thought it was just a joke. But it seems like they actually genuinely put her bathwater into that soap.
Yeah, because they're advertising it like it is. So,
like, I don't think it's a joke. I think from what they're advertising, unless this is false advertising, but they're saying in press releases that her actual bathwater is used in that soap, then I'm led to believe and assume that that's actually what they did, and they're not lying. Which is the most baffling part of this to me, is that they actually did it.
It's not okay. This is
Alex?
Hello?
Hey,
I reloaded because you froze on me. You froze.
Am I good?
Me. Okay. Yeah, you're good now. So, you know, if she's okay with it,
it sounds like it was her brainchild. This was her idea.
It really did.
From other reports I've heard, this was all her idea.
You know what? If she wants to do it, go ahead. I'm not gonna, all power to the woman. But I do find it kind of weird that I'm not gonna even really talk about this controversy. It's not really a controversy.
It's not controversy. Really, it's a big marketing scheme.
Oh yeah,
this is just a big marketing ploy, but it's also absolutely insane. I think I don't know what the regulations are, if there are any, on what you can and cannot put into soap that people use.
I don't think there is. I don't think there is any regulation. That's the fucked up part.
I'm guessing there's not, because if you can put someone's bathwater into a soap, I I'm assuming they're going off of the idea that anyone who buys this soap likely is going to keep it forever and not use it.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's a collector's item. That's the fucked up part that you think about it. It's a collector's
I think it is. Because have you seen the prices that they're selling for online?
You know what? I haven't. Tell me.
I was watching Moist Critical's reviews on it, and
did he shower with it?
He did not.
No?
He did not, because that is his direct competition to his brand of soap.
Okay.
So I just lost the article.
That's terrible.
I'm okay. There we go. Anyway, let me go to eBay. I'm gonna give you the exact.
So the resellers are here. Okay.
They sold out within like seconds. People camped the Dr. Squatch site to buy those soaps, and bought it out within seconds. Like they didn't even make the shelves of stores. That's how fast that. Think about this, world. Sydney Sweeney's Bathwater soap sold out within seconds. People bought that. People were waiting. They were in a wait list for that. Waiting for that exact moment that it went up on the website. There had to have been guys like how they were with the freaking PlayStation 5 and Series X orders, who were constantly reloading the websites just to get Sydney Sweeney's Bathwater.
Me and my brother, I get that. But like Bathwater? Mm-hmm. You spent a hard-earned paycheck on Bathwater?
Yeah, I'm assuming it sold for the same price as their normal bars of soap.
What's their normal bar of soap cost? I got a collector's item one time.
All right,
Star Wars collection.
Let me check it out.
Isn't it like 20 bars for a bar or some bullshit like that?
No, it is. No, it's pretty cheap for a single bar. Well, not cheap, but it's like
it's more expensive
reasonable.
Than like a.
I gotta find their actual site.
It's paying for whale fat.
It's decent. I don't think for what they're selling, I don't think it's an incredibly terrible price. Okay, a single bar is $7.
I was about to say
on their website, something. Which is I think double like a Dove bar of soap. Because I think those are like $2 or $3.
Oh, what the hell? Huh.
But I'm assuming Sydney Sweeney's Bathwater sold for $7. That is the assumption.
What's the markup on that? Like, no, they had to at least mark it up, bro. There's no way. Because they had the collab with. There's no way she didn't get a decent bag out of it, right? If I was Sydney Sweeney, as I was making money off my Bathwater from Dr. Squatch in specific, I'd be like at least $1 million. You have to give it to me.
Yeah.
For all.
Well, she already has the partnership. Okay. I think this is the highest selling point. Oh, nope. No, yeah, that's the highest selling point. Rough estimate, how much do you think the highest one I'm seeing on eBay is right now for a single bar of Sydney's Bathwater Bliss?
$120.
Close. $324.
Okay. I was gonna make a crazy estimate and go 1,000. I'm like, is someone gonna really pay $1,000? People will pay $1,000 for a Pokemon card, but it's usable.
And that's
not a bar of soap.
That's for the soap.
Mm-hmm.
For $45.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody is selling. This is the max price because there's multiple people selling them, but this is the highest price I've seen. This is for $45. Sydney Sweeney's Bathwater Bliss. Confirmed order, pick only. They're selling pictures of the soap for at top price $45. Lowest end, $10 for a picture of the bar of soap.
A picture? We're doing OnlyFans bar reveals? What are we?
This is resellers. So somebody bought the soap, went on eBay, took a picture of it, and is now selling that to people.
Bro, I don't get these people. What the fuck? What are you gonna do with the picture? You gonna jack off to the advertisement?
Honestly, the ad's free online. Oh my gosh! Laminated photo. Sydney Sweeney's Bathwater Bliss. A laminated photo, just probably a screenshot from the ad. $204 is what somebody's asking for that.
I wonder if anybody actually pays for that shit.
If somebody were to pay for that, you don't deserve to have a brain.
Yeah,
if you even do have one. Because if you have a brain and you chose to do that, you're not using it. So you should just give it up. You shouldn't have that in your head. Because
let me use the rest of your good neurons real quick.
Pass them around. Pass them to everybody else because you're not using it.
Yeah, no.
Resources,
I take some of your neurons.
Resources in the world are being wasted on you. If you decided to spend any sort of money on a picture of Sydney Sweeney's Bathwater Bliss soap.
No, that's terrible. That's so bad.
Honestly, if you're spending $300 on the actual soap, I pity you.
At that point, bro, I understand some guys like to, crank the engine, crank the knob, But Sydney Sweeney looks like every basic white bitch ever, bro. I used to go to high school and there used to be several women that look like that. Yeah. That's several porn stars.
Ooh, I found a new high price of $500 for the soap.
Damn, I would have been right that first time if I would have said it. $500.
It's a new high I've seen. I just don't see any reason to pay for that.
No, that's terrible. No,
here's what I want to put up. Here's the bet I want to put up for you. Now that we have this information, how much do you want to bet that they release more of this soap?
Of Sydney Sweeney's soap?
Yes.
Or I think like any
of Sydney Sweeney's Bathwater soap specifically, how much you want to bet they do a second drop?
You know what? I'm gonna hit you with a curveball. I'm gonna say no. You know why? Because she's smart about it. Because she's like, if you want a second one, you're gonna have to pay me more. And I don't know I don't know how much Dr. Squatch wants to pay into that product.
Well, according to press releases, this was her idea.
Yeah, but is it like a one and done kind of thing where she's like, well, we'll do it one time for funnies?
That's what they are currently saying, is that this was a one and done situation.
Yeah.
But given the market the black market that has been created for these soaps, do you think that they would do a second drop just to get the hype again for marketing?
Okay. If they do another drop, they'll do it differently to differentiate it. So they'll do it again, right? Because I know there was controversy before this with the whole Sydney Sweeney thing, where she was kind of like about women empowerment, but then she's like, now I'm being sexualized in these advertisements, and it's like, what the fuck? Well, then there's a thing about that on like a higher scale, but I feel like she would be like, all right, we'll do it another time, but this time it's gonna be fucking strawberry. So there'll be a red and a blue box.
Oh,
or some shit like that. It'll be a completely different product.
We haven't even talked about the actual soap itself.
It's even good. Like what flavor is it? Flavor? Perfume?
My brother in Christ, if they flavored that soap, I'd have lost hope in humanity.
I heard some soaps come with holes now. I was scared about that.
That one, according to what I've seen, had a hole in it.
It had a hole in it.
Yes.
Nah, bro. I don't. Oh God, I don't. You're
They
tread.
do.
That's treading on some dangerous water right there.
They do not have a search on their site, which is kind of strange.
That is concerning. That is very concerning.
The hole or them not having a search?
Both. I thought the hole was a joke, dude. I thought that was a
Let's
hallucination I had. If it has a hole, bro,
There we go.
I don't know about that. That just seems so weird. You know?
can't even look at the product anymore on their website.
Hold on. Alex has to.
Why can't I find the stats? Okay, it looks like it was a joke. I'm seeing unboxing now. It looks like it doesn't have a hole. It looks like that was a joke.
Okay, good. Because I was gonna say, if it had a hole, bro, that's bad. I was gonna say at that point, like, Mrs. Sweeney, why don't you just make other products?
I hate that this is in my search history now.
Nice fucking Control H, delete it later.
There's no. Why can't I just? Oh wow! You can try to buy it. No, it's pre-sale. Who would spend so much? Half $1,000.
$1,000 on a bar of soap is actually kind of crazy. $1,000, bro. $1,000 is sometimes a payment for my truck. It's a payment for my truck.
Yeah.
Oh no, my camera died up top. Shit, I can't.
Okay.
Now.
Well, the only way I'm gonna learn about this soap is if I just look at a picture of it, because you can't do anything else. There's no.
You know what's fucked up right now? You're kind of focused for once. Oh, never mind. I jinxed it.
Why can't you find the stats? Because I wanted to confirm the scent. Because I saw jokes about what the scent is. And I'm concerned if that's real. But I can't find it.
Sydney Sweeney kind of looks like a lemon pastry kind of scent.
Her and herself? Is it because she's blonde?
Yeah. I think most
New York Post tests out Sydney Sweeney's sold out soap.
Who's gooning? Who was gooning at New York Post, bro?
Who was gooning at the Post? Oh, come on. I can't even read the article. Okay, they're marked up. It's $8.
So they put a little dollar more.
You've got why New York Post? Why can't I read your article? Can I go?
Because they don't want people to be educated.
This is the worst tasting quote from New York Post. For starters, it is the worst tasting celebrity bathwater based product I've ever tried. Post reporter Chris Harris quipped.
Hey, my comment from earlier, it makes sense. Taste? The taste of the soap?
The flavor.
Yeah, I was right.
Sadly, it's also the closest. Quote, sadly, it is also the closest I'm ever going to get to Sydney's bathtub, he added. This guy, I don't. For him to say this in the article, he might be a gooner. I know it might be a joke, but I can't.
Hold on, Alex is having a brain fart right now.
The regular Squatch soap user said he thoroughly enjoyed the soap, which contains exfoliating sand and is infused with notes of pine, Douglas fir, and moss. Quote, though it makes me wonder how much of Sydney's bathwater is actually used in making the soap, I hope not too much, as it has a very manly scent, he said. And there's a picture of him getting ready to go into the shower with the soap.
Okay. Okay, can I make a very Can I make a comment?
Oh, he's gay. Never mind. That's a different person. Post features editor. So the one with the picture is editor Andrew Court, and he says he's gay. So he had nothing.
Okay.
I just want to know the scent. Is it just the trees? Okay. Here's the confirmation. Quote, the box says it smells like morning wood. That's the quote. Oh, I lost Alex.
No, I left the call, bro. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It does not smell like morning wood. Go fuck yourself. I
hate everything about this. It's
you know what? I'm gonna say my comment, bro. I get Sabrina Carpenter and Sydney Sweeney fucked up all the time, bro. You good?
Sorry, your face got covered when you said that by a pop-up.
Oh, damn, that's crazy. No, I get those white women confused all the goddamn time. Hold on. What the fuck did not Sabrina Carpenter, Sydney Sweeney do? What is she famous for? Why is she on a bar of soap? Does she deserve to be on a bar of soap?
To my knowledge, she is known for her roles in her come out role was in what's that one? The Quentin Tarantino Hollywood one?
There's a lot of those.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That was her breakout role. Like, that's what got her onto the scene. And then she's best known for Euphoria. And then she just started getting a bunch of random big box office roles like
Gooner.
Anyone
She's
But
just
You.
Gooner bait.
Anyone But You and Madam Web.
That's right.
Like I said, I've never seen a single thing she's in to this day.
Is she just like the next decade's like blonde, like Kate Upton from a couple years back, where she's just blonde like Gooner bait?
You know,
like this is just their next horse just to use. I'll give Sabrina her credit. She's doing stuff right now. You know, she's actually
making product. I guess technically so is Sydney too.
Yeah, but it's not like actual like worthy product. It's not like no, I'm taking my acting career like super seriously. I'm gonna be in this like really crazy like critical role, and it's gonna be like it's gonna like like good theater, but like in movie form. It's like, but we're not getting that. It's Euphoria. It's like, really? The show that Drake was on and had like a whole diss on and some of those Kendrick tracks is like, really? That?
Look,
and Quentin with his feet shots? That's it?
Arguably her filmography might have aged poorly. Yeah. But she is still up and coming.
I guess I'm gonna be like
much like the people buying those Dr. Squatch soaps.
I'm gonna do that. That's not gonna be my recurring bit.
Oh man, that was a good one. That was a good one.
I just feel bad.
It makes you feel a little icky.
It does. It goes, really, girl? That's all you're worth?
Like
I know it's your idea. Give you credit, but it's like, really?
I'd argue it makes me feel icky, not because it's like, man, that's all you're worth. It's like, man, that's all. That's what you're going with. That's the path you're going. Like. I feel like there's alternate paths one could take, but I mean, I guess whatever makes money is fine.
Weird world,
Yeah.
We've definitely changed over the past like 300 years. Women like that.
No, we haven't. We have not.
Well, I was gonna be like, if it was like the beginning of America, it'd been like witch, but now it's goon.
It's the fact that guys don't hide it anymore. That's what's changed.
Oh, you know what?
Before you
Everybody's
were
horny.
shamed. You were shamed if you acted in such a fashion towards a woman.
And now, bro, it's
But
just
if you were
just everywhere.
if you were, well, actually, I don't even know if that was shamed. Seeing some of the old stuff, they still acted like that. They still did the same thing.
Okay, I'll a bit like this. Women used to be, I think, like looking back in the past, used to be more conservative about this the whole sexuality part. Guys weren't,
Yeah,
but now
yeah.
it's a bit different.
The
Definitely,
difference is that both sides are like, you know what? Yes.
yeah. Now everybody's just, and the internet's definitely made it worse. I think
Yeah.
the whole explosion with OnlyFans during the early 2020s, right,
Hmm.
is like had a weird effect on women. I think the internet. Okay, here's a thought to you. Do you think the internet has ruined like women's perception on like a lot of like sexual things? Because clearly for guys, nothing has changed. It's still horn, or.
Yes,
Because you know what?
I would argue yes, because I think there's studies done
Mhm,
that, because I think throughout time,
mhm.
oh no, I just ripped my blanket. Anyway,
I thought you just said I ripped ass. I'm like, I have to rip ass too. I've been holding it in this whole time.
well, that's a
I don't.
first.
Well, I'm gonna unleash it. It's gonna be loud, so I'm trying to be
Holy
courteous.
shit.
You know.
But no, what I'm saying is that throughout history, especially more modern history,
Mhm,
it's been kind of like the trend for women to kind of follow, like, they follow the trends to
mhm,
it, like, the hardest, to
mhm,
make sure that they stay kind of like in the limelight. I for lack of a better word in my brain,
mhm.
like they want to be as attractive as possible. And right now, what gets attention is over
Nudity.
sexuality.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where things have gone. It's kind of been like that. It's been on that trend for a while. I think since
Mhm.
like the 60s, when there's like Woodstock and stuff and people were just kind of naked out there. But
Boomers were
like
weird,
but
bro.
like now we're at a point where it's
Uh-huh.
like it's widespread rather than
Mhm,
just being contained to those uh, areas of the
mhm,
world.
mhm.
Now, no matter where you go, you'll see it. Because TikTok, bad.
Oh,
Even
you look up water bottle. It still happens.
it
I get
happens.
those every once in a while.
Snapchat is arguably worse.
It's gooner bait,
Their
bro.
for
It's
you
gooners.
page is just gooner bait at this point. Like the only reason to have Snapchat at this point is to talk to friends, because they're you're not gonna get anything from that app
No.
anymore.
Everything
It's
below your
it's
friends' stories is just porn stars. It's like, what the
it's
fuck?
so bad. It is so bad, but that's the trend of the world right now. Is that's what gets people's attention.
And you know what? Okay, I guess it's boy time because we're thinking about women. This
Okay.
is what this is okay. I've realized something about this, right? When I'm presented a naked woman randomly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what my first thought is?
What?
Why am I being shown this? This is not attractive.
Why is this in my face?
Every time it happens, and I go, why? Why am I seeing your bare ass, your whole coochie out for display, right? I don't
Yeah.
like it. If it goes, well, I did not consent to this. But then sometimes I see art or a really good looking woman. I have to respect it, and it's like they're covered up, but they still like a little bit of chest, maybe a little bit of hips, a little bit of thighs, and I'll go, my curiosity is piqued. So I think this is my conservatism showing up. Is like a woman that covers herself up in a fucking weird ass way is more attractive
Modesty
than
is more attractive than
full on nudity. And Nat does it sometimes. I don't tell her. So if she watches this, right, she'll wear something unconsciously. She'll show a little bit of cleavage, and I fucking neuron activation. That's how I look at myself after I bust a nut. That with that face you just gave to your hand.
I can't believe. Technically, I didn't rip my blanket, but I ripped my tag.
Oh, it's the tag. Who cares?
It told me the washing instructions.
Yeah, you should know it by now.
I should know it by now. You're right. Anyway,
but like the modesty part, like makes it good, you know.
Mm.
And okay, and it has to be like true modesty. It can't just be like I'm showing half my tits up here and then a short skirt. Like that doesn't count. I know what you're doing. No. It's like skinny jeans, a good top, maybe like I don't know, maybe a bracelet or two, and I go, I'm really just describing my girlfriend's wardrobe, but it's just like that as a man is more interesting than just a porn star with a fake ass and tits. I'm like, this is There's nothing here, bro. It's like, and maybe this is just me and my perspective of being a guy. I like the thrill of the hunt. You know, I won't lie. I think in high school I was really addicted just to the idea of the hunt. Not hunt is a bad thing. I'm just clarifying that. It's just like the overall general theme. It's just like finding a woman, right? Just talking to them, just playing the game.
I guess since the conversation has transitioned into this, why do you think that is something? Why do you think that's something you're interested in, but it doesn't seem like the trend of the world right now?
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Now you're making me think retrospectively within myself. This is your news reporter abilities kicking in right now. You've gained. This is the same thing Nat does to me when she advised kids and stuff. She'd be like, "How does it make you feel?" And I go, "Well, you know," and I go, "Hey, you're doing the thing."
You know what's funny too is it's kind of worked in conjunction. This is a little off topic, but we'll get back to it. Is I did an interview with the 3 seniors from the Moses Lake softball team, and I was doing it with the other sports reporter. It was for a podcast that we're starting for work, and he was asking like them like sports questions and stuff, and then he was like, "All right, Caleb, do you have any questions for them?" And the question I asked just like made them all stop, and they're like, "That's a really deep question." And I was like, "This is just the normal stuff that we talk about every week on this podcast."
This podcast, that Ukrainian guy that supposedly still listens to this
one
podcast,
Ukrainian dude.
I hope he's still alive and still listens to this podcast. Shout out, you're my favorite.
Shout out to the Ukrainian guy who watches this. That's still crazy.
I love that. I still hope he still does that. I don't know. There's random tangent on that.
I hope you're still there.
I do.
Random Ukrainian citizen.
I love you.
We love you.
Keep on fighting. Those drones are kicking ass, by the way. Just talking geopolitics. I guess if you really were to ask me,
because I guess because I know your mindset was a lot different in high school than it is now, and I think a lot of people in the world have that same mindset that you had in high school. So I guess we'll start there. What brings a person to that mindset that you used to have?
Okay, this is raw, unfiltered. I have never talked to myself about this. So you're getting like 100% Alex essence right now.
Alex lore.
This is Alex lore. Like I have to look inside myself at like fucking 16, basically at 23. I would have to say hormones. Hormones were one of them. I think hormones were a big one. I am still ridiculously horny. Do not get that fucking twisted. But as a kid, with the only outlet being righty, right? That was the only path. Right?
Yeah.
So having something that you don't have, that being an old girlfriend or just a woman you want to, mess around with, in a sense was like, how do I put this? 5 milligram edible versus a 30 gram hyper personalized drug being the woman's body. You get what I'm talking about
Yeah.
here? It's like it's a different type of kick. It is way different than righty. 100%. Gonna be real with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, I feel like at that young age, looking at a woman my age, right? It was a different experience, right? So in my mind, right? It's like I have to ask them. I have to somehow get their attention. And I'm gonna be honest. At 16, I was not the best at it. Confidence wasn't at an all-time high, right?
Mm-hmm.
But back then there was a type, right, for me, and it was out of, and then this is where you're gonna go, confidence. I didn't have confidence with myself, so I would narrow it down to this select group and try to appeal to that group, right? So I think that's the main problem. Guys don't have confidence in themselves, so they focus on a very small group of women they want to go on the hunt for. Because I think a lot of people are like this. I remember reading a very explicit book, and then I came to this very interesting mental conclusion. I remember one time, so we're even backtracking a little bit further, right? The timeline's a little bit confused here. Where I remember looking at one woman working at Leprechaun and going, she's pretty attractive, but she doesn't fit into that category, right? And I had a flashback while I was reading this, explicit adult, manga, and I go, wait a minute, I love all women of any color, of any type. Why the fuck am I just sticking to this? Because in the manga itself, it was a skinny girl doing it with a and she was kind of chubby, doing it with a fat guy. I'm like, not too fat, like kind of more my build, right? And I went, oh my god, wait a minute, confidence boost. What the fuck have I been doing? I was like, wait, what? So in exploring my sexuality, right, or my sexual tendencies, I realized more things about myself, and this is a crazy thing. Remember when you noticed I started wearing more shirts with less sweaters?
Yeah, that did
That's why
happen.
I was confident in myself, because I'm like, wait a minute, why am I just? This is the Cole Grant thing. Why am I specifically looking for a specific type of woman category that may or may not be interested in me? When, at least in this adult, manga, this woman is clearly interested in a big guy. And then I realized, I was like, I could probably do a big girl. And that John Cena clip, insert the John Cena clip where he does a 400-pounder or 300-pounder or something like that. It's like John Cena loves his heavyweights. So I go, oh my god, I love women. I'm confident. I'm like, I can do this shit. I'm feeling way different. And that's when it spiraled. That's when I went totally out of it and stuff. And so I found different things more sexually appealing to me, and other things. I don't know. It was a very interesting journey that I think a lot of people don't go on. They don't actually realize what they like. They're just being told what to like. So going back to the whole Sydney Sweeney thing, it's like, of course everybody finds her fucking attractive because she's the fucking default vanilla bullshit.
Yeah.
That's why nobody actually, everybody looks at their hand after doing it and then they go, damn. But nobody ever actually goes after doing it and goes, did I even like that? Was that actually hot?
Yeah,
Like,
that's a good point.
The person I just yacked it to, like, actually attractive, or was I just doing shit? And that's what it makes you think. Because I think that's the problem with a lot of people. People just don't think about after any of their actions,
Yeah. So
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
No. Go. You go. If you have another question, shoot it.
So would you say then that the reason why people will spend insane amounts of money on something as simple as a bar of soap, as simple as a bar of soap, or say OnlyFans accounts, that they'll spend a monthly fee just to see a naked girl, that comes from that lack of confidence, and that lack of confidence means that they're gonna go and try to cling to any sort of feeling that they can get
Yes.
from a woman.
It's very, very basic. It starts off with the hunt. It definitely does. And if you don't realize that as a young adult man, you can spiral into that.
Yeah.
That could have happened to me, but now, like, realizing it, thinking about myself, understanding myself at a really crazy level. Clearly, people don't think about that on that tennis softball team, but it's just like I realized it's like, hey, I like my women brown, a little bit of meat on the bone. You
Well,
know,
I wouldn't compare. I wouldn't compare what I asked the
I know, but
softball
like
players to this conversation.
I know. We have different, like, deeper conversations, but it's like I think this is a question a lot of, like, guys in specific should ask themselves
Yeah.
and stuff. I don't know. I know women deal with it too in a
So
whole different way.
it's like a lack of self-reflection is what you're
Oh,
saying.
100%. Like, people need to self-reflect on really everything, even sex. Because it's like, do you really love the skinny white woman? Do you really like that? Or are you just telling yourself to like that?
Or is the world telling you to like that? Because a
Or
lot of
that.
it is the trends that are being shown. And right
Mhm.
now the trend is that what the world is telling you to go for is the over-sexualized individual.
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Which is like that's not going to get you anywhere. That's not
Oh.
going to accomplish what you need out of life. Like the basic
Mhm.
need of the comfort of another human is not going to come from something like that.
Oh, no, 100%. I can say now, I guess in my, like, male body, like, the thrill of my hunt is completely, like, changed. At 16 compared to 23, it was just to, like, experience a woman, and definitely with my girlfriend now, and when I was, getting to know her, it was definitely more like your modesty heavily, heavily attracts me. And it's like I want to know more because you're hiding it. It's in a weird way.
Yeah.
So it's like my hunt, like, evolved into something else, like, way more dramatic.
That it's
Like,
like would you say that it's more indicative that like you're more worthy of seeing someone that allows you to see it rather than somebody that shows everybody?
so I had more self reflection on this. So after I had that experience, both looking back at that leprechaun thing and then looking at that adult manga, I went.
Uh
I look back at high school, so I started doing way further stuff. So sorry if I'm jumping around everywhere, audience, but like then I thought back of all the girls back in high school. I went, bro, I'm gonna be real, dog. I really liked all the shy girls, all the nerdy girls.
mhm.
I was like, and I never did anything because I kept on lying to myself. I was like, dude. And that's probably the reason why I didn't date Nat in high school right then and there, because I was lying to myself. So I was just like, fuck. The nerdy girls were like, now as an adult man, like the shy nerdy girls. Of course, I'm not gonna be the weird creep, flirting versus harassment. I'd get in. I'd
Yeah.
be like, hey, how you doing? Da 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 da. I'd get to know the other person if they, if I ask them out on a date and they say no, it's like, all right, cool, whatever. Move on with the rest of my life. You win some, you lose some. So you never hit a grand slam if you never take your swing.
Yeah.
So, and, next time we go to the batters, not when you're up next to bat, do it again. But not on the same person, of course. Privacy, or consent.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that, and it's self reflection is really cool. It hurts sometimes to be like, damn, am I a dick?
Like
But
that
in that you can learn,
it
or it's like, oh, did I really like that, or do I really honestly want to keep on doing this as a career? Yada yada yada. But I think out of all the things you should reflect on, it's definitely partners, sexual, or like long term, short term, just a one night stand. Like, why? Why do I do this? Why? You gotta you gotta separate the animal from the man.
yeah.
Because sex is just a super super primal thing, right? It is ingrained into the human body like food and sleep. So you have to take it as being like such a higher conscious creature to be like, why do I do this? Definitely 100%.
Yeah, I
So
think
now the question is to you is how do you feel about all that? You know, reversing the question on back to yourself.
you'll have to ask me the questions again because I already forgot.
Oh my god.
I was too busy taking my Pikmin off of the stuff.
I see that you fucking. I need multiple things to keep me in the space. You, you
uh,
fucking zoomer. You have no
look,
attention
look.
span.
If this shows anything, this is how my approach to everything in life is, including creating relationships with people. Is I don't pay attention to anything.
Kayla, I think you need to self reflect on that.
I tried,
Yeah,
but
but he's
I mean,
distracted with the thing in his hands when he's self reflecting.
he's still playing with it. Anyway, okay, I'm back in. Okay,
So
so
to swing the question back onto you, why do you think guys do that?
so
Why do guys want to goon?
so
Not just have like
I do think that it has a lot to do with, like you said, that self-confidence, not having the
Mhm.
self-confidence in yourself that you want to find that comfort in anything that I'm playing with another thing in my hand.
I do it on record
I
too, so I don't feel bad.
immediately found another thing to fidget with. But no, it's that desire for that comfort. You look for it anywhere that you can.
Mhm.
And that is unhealthy in itself.
Oh,
Like
100%.
that's not a healthy coping mechanism. Like you need to understand that's where that self-reflection comes in, is you need to understand when you're doing something that is not good for you. And that's like the first step. Like if you can understand that what you're doing is a problem,
Mhm.
that you're already doing better than most. Because these people who are spending this ridiculous amount of money, whether it's on freaking Bathwater or OnlyFans accounts
Mhm.
or whatever the heck else they're spending money on,
Hold on, guys. Look at
they
shoulder.
they don't see that that's a problem. They just see
Mhm.
that as, I'm just having fun. It's my money. I'll spend it how I want. But like, you're not that the thing is you should own, to my in my ideology, you should only ever be doing things that benefit like your growth in life.
Mhm.
So if you're spending money on something like that, you're not benefiting really anybody's growth. You're creating
Other than that woman's
more
fucking wallet.
her bank account, but even then that's a detriment to other people's growth. So I'd
Yeah.
argue that that's just an
It
all
cancels.
around
Yeah, it cancels out.
it's not a net positive thing.
Yeah.
So I think, like you said, it's just down to that self-reflection. But the unfortunate thing is the fact that I think in human nature itself,
Mhm.
especially male nature,
Mhm.
is most guys will just refuse to accept that.
Oh, definitely.
And
100%.
like that's why these industries are so big, is because that's what the public is asking for. No matter, it doesn't matter too. There's people who preach religion and stuff and say that this stuff is bad, but they still do it too.
Oh yeah.
And that's the thing. They still participate in it.
It's
And they,
natural. It's a natural thing.
yeah. But like that's pretty much my take on it, is it really just comes down to just not partaking in it.
No.
Just don't. It's bad.
Like you can yak it every once in a while, but like if it's like if bro, like I get
If it's directly affecting your finances, that's a
mhm.
problem.
No. This is gambling. We love
That's still a
gambling.
problem.
Oh, that's 100% a problem. It's
That's
100%
still
a
a
problem.
problem. But yeah, honestly, I think what it comes down to
Mm-hmm.
is the world has kind of pushed people from having those human interactions. So
And making yourself reflect on the
like
actions. Like, why didn't you want to go out with me? Why didn't I do this? Is it me? Is it her? It's like
yeah,
that's not even a thing that even comes up
that
anymore. It's
but
just
like
like
that's a thing that people just haven't been doing for a long time though, because since like I'm sure the dawn of the modern era where the first guy had to ask out the first girl on a date. Since that point, I don't think a lot of people have done that self-reflection of being like, why'd she reject me? Let me think on that. Most of the time it's she rejected me. Yeah, I hate her. I'm gonna kill her.
and you know what?
Some people
That's
do
the
feel like that. They do that.
and it's like it is a lack of confidence. It's the lack
Yeah.
of the dopamine hit too. It's and this is where it gets bad, right? Like I feel like every guy should yak it every once in a while because really, bro, sometimes a lot of the stress buildup is just go to the bathroom, 5 minutes, come back out of it. It's like, all right, fuck it, I'm game. Let's go fucking figure this out, right?
Maybe choose your timing a little wisely when doing
I
that.
well, yeah, it's like
Not the
after
moment
work
you're
or something.
stressed. But
I know I definitely do when I'm stressed. I'm like, all right, I gotta take 5 minutes for myself, or I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm
kill
gonna crash
someone.
out. Not kill somebody. It's like after a stressful day or something. Like you're like you're a guy and you're in an apartment. It's just like my boss was fucking on my ass today. It's like I have some good pizza on me. Gonna rub one out. Have a
Good
good time with myself
pizza.
or something. Some guys
But
do that. It's weird,
no,
but
yeah.
it's something like that, and it's just like it's okay to do those things, but like to get to the point to where the thrill of the hunt just evolves into just that's my only thing and I never question it is bad. That's bad. That's no good. That's no good, fool. That's how
But
my grandpa says it. No
I,
good.
I guess this is what I'm gonna say is
Mm,
with the modern internet, despite the
mm,
fact that it's becoming a cesspool of unusable trash, I think
mm,
this is something that we should use to
mm,
promote healthy relationship
mm,
building. Like that's what we
mm.
should be doing on the internet. We should
Real.
be
Real.
promoting people, like having people come on and be like, "Hey, this is the proper way to talk to a girl. You just treat her like another
How long
person."
how long have we been recording for?
About an hour already.
Okay, with I have the current girlfriend. I'll give you a little bit of love advice to the audience, right?
To the audience.
Let's do it on a positive note. All right. First thing you need to do as a guy, right? Don't use Tinder. Any dating
No
app is
Tinder.
ass. No Tinder. That is garbage. Throw it the fuck away. It will not help you. Okay.
It's
Cool.
about as good as using Instagram.
Yeah. Second, do not date anybody at work at all. It is bad. Don't do that. It will lead to chaos with yourself. I've experienced it. Do not do it. It's not fucking worth it. Second, or third now. When approaching somebody you like or are interested in, ease into it. See, before you even ask them out on a date, see if there are signs, even as a dude, which, guys sometimes don't know how to take a hint. I think that's biologic with us. We're a little bit stupid. But try to make a real mental effort of seeing if they're interested in it. And this is where the self-reflection comes in. And afterwards going, okay, double take. Is she interested? And don't even ask your friends. Just do it by yourself. That's what I did. I didn't even tell Caleb on that. So I was just like, I'm going to just worry about myself and figure this out. And that's what I did, right? And then just talk. And eventually at one point, it might be awkward to do it, right? But if you know
It
at
always
least
is.
it always, if you know at least there might be a bit of interest on the woman's side of that conversation, then it shouldn't feel weird after the fact. Or if you ask, okay, let me rephrase this. My brain's going 100 miles an hour. If you know they are interested, you should be good. But if they're not interested and you still want to say, if you still want to ask her out, don't do it. It's going to be awkward. Don't do it. You have to at least, it might depend between the both of us, like a 70% chance, like using your boy brain to see if she's interested. If it's a 70% chance or more, ask the question. If nothing happens, just move on with the rest of your life. Do not, I swear to fucking God, if I see any of you motherfuckers, I swear to God, if I see any of you motherfuckers harass a woman after the fact that she says no, I will fucking find you. Do not be a dick. Don't be a dick. That's one bullshit guy that they are not saying yes to you. Stop being fucking weird. You are weird. If people don't like to hang out around you, you're weird. You need to fix that. That's just deep reflection, just in general. That's not even sexual stuff. That's you. That's you. Okay?
You're the
problem.
If everybody else doesn't like you, you're the problem. That's the end of the day. Is if literally everybody is trying to avoid you, you're the problem. Not them. It's you.
And you know what? And here's the thing too. Once you get over that hurdle and you're confident with yourself, brother, there's 8 billion people on this planet. Even women get interested at some point. So it will more than likely than not happen at one point or another. I'm not focusing. Focus. I had zoomed in. I zoomed in on myself. And now
it's Jover.
Like, it's okay. There we go.
But no, ultimately the thing is, you just have to have respect for another person.
Yes.
You just have to respect other people.
So I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna get further into this, right?
Okay.
So the thrill of the hunt, right? At the end of the day, for a guy, as fucked up as it kind of is, on a regular person's basis, that's not how I act. Is usually it's to get into someone's pants. It's biological. It happens. It is kind of fucked up for a higher conscious creature like us to be like, yeah, it's a bit fucked up, but this is how it is. We're all biologically tuned to it. Women for one part of the month are hornier than they are any other part of the month, right? So it's just a thing we all do. However, if you're looking for a long-term relationship past that fact, other than just sex, do not bet on anything during that first 6 months. This is what I said. This is what I said to Nat, and it rocked her world for a few months. She was like, fuck. I said it to her one time in the car, bro, and she was pondering this shit. And now she's good. Now she got it. But it's all like that first 6 months, that whole like lovey-dovey phase, like where both of you are fucking attached to each other like glue. That
it's
right
fake.
there is not love. That's fake. It doesn't matter. That's just raw sex. Fucking just having a good time and doing a whole bunch of other stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's like most like bird species, like every mating season, they do it for a few months, and eventually they dip. They never see each other again, or maybe they might do it the next season. But for us humans, we're a bit different. Past that 6 month like phase, that's when you really get to know Alex. You get to really know Natalia. So at that point, that's when the real relationship starts. The free trial's over. Now you got to really navigate that thing, right?
Now you got to learn how to work with another human being.
This is where the relationship part comes in, and it gets way more complex. I'm gonna be real with you right now. If you think asking out a girl is hard, it is infinitely less harder than actually trying to navigate your entire rest of your life in a long-term relationship with a woman and or a man, because that shit is complicated. You think periods are the bane of your existence? If you're a guy and you think periods are the bane of your existence, brother, you got a long thing fucking coming, because it's a whole different brain chemical mixture in another woman's mind. It's a completely different thought process. You have a very, very rude awakening coming. 100%.
Yeah.
But if you have the ability to help a woman and she wants to help you in a long-term goal, that's perfect. If I can say to most young men out there who want to find a good relationship, is you have to look for a woman. This would be my bare standard when it comes to women, is they themselves want to get better at what they do in life, and they want to help you, and vice versa. That is the bare minimum. I can tell you right now, that is years of experience kicking in. That is from that. This is my thought process when I was 16. Caleb knows it. Was Alex? Did you get laid? To 23-year-old Alex, I can't believe you didn't laugh at that fucking joke.
I'm gonna be honest. I was really focused on playing with my lens cap.
Oh my fucking see, and that's another thing. Pay attention to class.
I'm so far out of it right now. It's actually crazy. I'm paying attention. It's just I couldn't possibly repeat what you just told me.
You know what? Sometimes it happens. Sometimes, and this is okay. And this is a thing about relationships. Sometimes males and females included need to be told multiple times. That's okay. It's okay.
Look, people.
It takes time to learn.
Guys like me and Alex,
you gotta yell at me once or twice, bro. I'm kind of stupid. I'm kind of slow.
I'm like, I have a very short attention span.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're not feeding me information in spurts, I start to struggle. The longer the information takes to conclude, the more I'm gonna start to lose interest.
You fucking zoomer ass brain cells, bro. 12-second attention span.
It's not the zoomer, it's the hyperactivity.
Fucking rainbow. But that's the bare minimum. Both partners in a long-term relationship have to get together, because I remember fucking 8th grade Alex just being like, "Did you get laid?"
8th grade Alex was bad.
He was bad, but 23-year-old
It didn't
Alex
get better in high school.
It did not. But after high school, totally different thing.
Different mindset.
My frontal lobe, 100% different. I think way differently. I would look at 8th grade Alex and be like, no fucking wonder no girls talk to you. You were weird. You were weird. You were weird. But like at 23, it's just like, okay, hold on. We and Natalia's worrying about something. Let's ask her how she's doing. Gotta worry about the woman that you really love. You went through the 6-month phase. You're trying to understand it together. You're trying to make things work. And stuff like that. So it's like it's a completely different way of thinking about it. 100%.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And definitely, if you somehow get a relationship in high school and then somehow get married in your early 20s, bro, that's a really strong relationship.
That's a rarity in this world.
It is. You are both dealing through mental chemical changes in the brain, and somehow you are still corresponding with each other perfectly. Very, very different than like young adult dating compared to like that.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of info there. I'll if I ever get the chance to say it again, it's like, on the pod, it's just like, it takes time. It takes time to learn, and it's okay if you're still a virgin at like 20, dog. Sometimes, bro, it's like some people.
It takes time.
Some people just, it takes time. It's not you're like a late bloomer or anything. It's just like some men and women are fucking assholes. They're dicks.
And sometimes
they lie. It happens.
Sometimes the most important thing is to just make sure that your own life is good. Like, you don't to add another person's problems into your life is a lot of work. So you need to be certain that you are comfortable where you're at in life. That
was the worst blurb yet. You fucking, the whole room went out of focus.
I can't do it anymore, gang. I can't do it with this camera. Why can't you focus?
Focus.
Focus on me. Focus on me.
Yeah, but that's how relationships work. It's complex. Guys to girls. And here's another thing. If you're a woman watching this, I don't know what a woman demographic is, but if you're constantly hating on your boyfriend, girl, newsflash, you don't like your boyfriend.
You don't like it?
No.
You don't like
Nat
him.
and me and Nat have had this conversation. I think Nat is very trustworthy. She tells me a lot of things maybe I even shouldn't know. And Nat goes, "Yeah, I don't talk bad about you, but other women talk bad about you sometimes, and then other people
and I
are talking about their boyfriend." Oh no, I 100% pressed. I go, how about their relationship? And I can guarantee you, this is just Alex intuition skill I learned over the years. It's like, yeah. So a few months later, after Nat told me about a certain person, I won't bring him up. I'd be like, oh, so she was a bitch this whole time
I
and
knew
didn't like you. So it's like, really?
I knew it. All it takes is one glance from the greatest detective, Caleb, and I know what kind of person I'm dealing with.
Oh yeah, 100%.
One
And that's different
glance.
now. Yeah, Nat definitely knows now. She looks at certain people and goes, "Yeah, that's not a good person."
Evil.
Evil.
But no, yeah.
Evil.
I now have a future episode idea, whether it be next
Relationship
week or in
advice?
the future. We make fun of those alpha male relationship advice.
Are you gonna make a compilation and we watch it? I'd be so
I
down.
think we could because I've seen some of them and they're just giving out such awful advice that I'm
Also,
like,
I'm gonna try to be a positive force in the universe too. When I say this, to counteract maybe I need to be the face of the West. Can I be left Andrew Tate?
left Andrew Tate.
Yeah, I respect women.
We respect women.
Bro, we're all complicated beings. As much as an app, okay, and this is something I've seen on Twitter every once in a while. Even women say it, and I think it's true. Women can be losers and assholes too. That's 100%. But to say all women are assholes and losers and cheaters and they'll go fuck other
Misguided.
dudes, 100% fucking. You do 360 no scoped and you fucking didn't even hit a hit marker, bro. You're over there. You're over there. You're done.
Yeah.
It's like, no. But I 100% down because I saw some of those clips and I went,
yo, what are you talking about?
This is ass. This
What
is
are you
beyond
saying?
garbage. It's like a woman should do everything for you. I'm like, first off, one, you're lazy as fuck. You need to do basic tasks. You just need to. To expect one person to do them for you is such a nuclear family ass take that just doesn't work anymore. Like maybe back then, sure, I'll give you some grace on it. But like now, no. In this economy, bro, you're going to work.
Both people need a job.
Yeah, you're not staying home with the kids. That whole
and if you do choose to do that, I'm proud of you. I'm proud if your family has the ability to do that, that's great. Yeah. Good on you.
I hope the mental health of your husband's good.
But if both of you are working, both of you should also be involved in the home tasks.
Yeah. That's really weird.
That's everyone's problem.
Yeah. It's also such a monkey ass like take too. It's like you have to clean. I'm like, why do you have to clean?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
But anyway, we got to wrap this up. Yeah, and I'm incredibly disappointed that the episode with Sydney Sweeney's Bathwater as a topic is going to be our longest episode in a while.
Real. I love the bathwater.
Gotta love the bathwater. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. We definitely advise anybody. The biggest thing you can do, in summary, is talk to other people about this kind of stuff. Don't listen to the internet. Listen to the people around you.
Yeah, and figure it out on yourself. You need to grow as a person. 100%.
It's true. Just gotta learn sometimes. Anyway, that's it. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out.